Hello, ma'am. Good day. So this is the discussion about the lesson 3.1. So letter A, security guard forces. So it is a group of force, selected men, train a group into a functional unit for the purpose of the protecting operational process from those this disruption which would impede efficiency or HAT operations of particular plant, facility, installations, or special activities. So, security guard forces, it is a selected group of people or men. This group of men uh, they protect in any operations at the particular facility. So, number one, uh, uh, in RA 5487, it's provide for the organizations and management of security guard forces designed for the specific organization and purpose. So there are the three security guard forces are the following. So number one is private security agency or PSA. So um, it is the private security company that is a business. It, it, it It is a business corporation which provide armed and unarmed security services. And number two, um, company security force, so or CSF. So it is maintained and operated by a private company and to secure business establishment like compound or any properties in an any properties. Number three, Government Security Unit or GSU. So, is a security unit maintained and operated by any government entity other than military and the police, which is established and maintained for the purpose of securing the office of compound and their extension such government entities. So, in this GSU, sila yung mga naga-maintain and naga-operate um, sa government or other military. So letter B, the Philippine Associations Educative and Protective Agency Operators, so or PADPAO. So this is the National Associations of all licensed security agencies and company security forces. This was established as early in 1958 purposely for the self-regulations of all security agencies. So, itong PADPAO na-establish siya noong 1958, and this is the association that all licensed security agencies and company security process. So, letter C, license to operate or LTO is the document issued by the Chief PNP of his duly authorized representative authorizing a person to engage in the occupations calling the employment as a security guard or detectives or a juridical persons of the established engage, direct, manage, or operate an individual or a private detective agency or private security agency, company security force after payment of the prescribed dues of effects. So, number one, applications of license. So, new applications PCA license shall obtain. Letter A is minimum capitalizations of 1 million only and a minimum bank deposit of 500,000 pesos. So, it means that if you plan that you you um you establish that the security agency or other agencies, you must the capital of that is 1 million, and of course kailangan mong mag-deposit ng 500,000. So where to file, di ba? To the office of the Chief PNP through the Chief P. SOSHA or SAG-SD using from the SAG-SD from 994 and 9 respectively. So, if gusto mong magpatayo ng ganyan na business or establishment, so ka lang sa Chief PNP Officer, mag-file ka lang doon. And of course, number 3, application for license to operate. The application shall contain, so of course, full name of the applicant, di ba? And letter B, his age or civil status, residence and locations of the business. So isa 'yan sa mga sa mga application kapag magpapatayo ka ng mga establishment, ganyang establishment. So in case corporation, associations, or partnership, copies of the following shall be appended. So certification of registration with SEC and by law and articles of incorporation. So number 4, endorsement of application. It shall be endorsed by the CSF district office found in their respective regions and in the name of the regional director. So kailangan mo rin 'yan kung mag-endorse ka. And of course, number 5, license to operate. It shall be a requirement prior to engage occupation calling the employment engaged in the business of PSA or PDA. Number 6 is graduated scale license to operate. So the following graduated scale shall be approved by the Chief PNP or his duly authorized representative. So letter A, PSA with the prior LTO having 200 or more but not exceeding 1,000 shall be issued regular LTO good for 2 years. So if yung agency mo is temporary license to operate pa lang, you must have 200 or more guards or men and not exceeding in 1,000. So dapat hindi siya aabot ng 1,000 and shall issue regular if ma-issue ng yung company ng regular license to operate, good for 2 years din yan. And letter B is new PSA shall be issued by the temporary LTO good for 1 year. So ang temporary, if the LTO issue good for 1 year lang yan. And of course, PSA with the temporary LTO having a posted 100 guards or more but less than 200 shall upon expiration of such LTO shall be issued the extension period of 6 months. However, upon expirations of the extensions period, no extension shall be granted unless the PSA shall submit. So dito is having posted. So of course, if wala pa LTO or license to operate, so dapat ang pa lang nimo, ang imuhang mga guards pa lang is dapat 100 guards pa lang or more but dili na siya maabot dapat og 200. And letter D, PSA with temporary. So letter D, organization and management. So number 1, who may organize and maintain a PSA and private detective agency or PDA. So any Filipino citizens or corporation, association, partnership 100% owned and controlled by Filipino citizens. So in this country, in the Philippines, the detective agency or PDA, 100% 100% is Filipino owned jud na siya dapat or Filipino citizens. And number 2, basic requirements operator or manager agency. So ito yung mga basic requirements. Number 1 is dapat dapat Filipino citizens. letter and at least 25 years old, college graduate, and or a commissioned officer in the inactive service. So, if active reservist ka, pwede yan. And graduate taking course in concept of methods in industrial security and management and must have an adequate training experience security business. So, if may may experience ka sa mga ganitong training, so pwede ka dito. Good moral character, napaka-importante yan as a security guard. Not having been convicted of any crime involving moral turpitude and not suffering in any following disqualification. And number letter E, key control. It is the management of keys, a plan of business organization to prevent unauthorized individual access to the keys once an effective key control has been installed. Positive control of all keys must be gained and maintained. This can be accomplished only if it is conjunction with the new locking devices. The following be utilized to maintain effectively key control. So letter A, key cabinet is well constructed cabinet will have to produce. The cabinet will have to be sufficient size to hold the original key to every lock in the system. It should be locked at all times. So this key cabinet, dito nilalagay lahat ng mga susi o yabe na o mga original na example in the RMC. So lahat ng mga susi o lahat ng mga susi is nandoon lahat sa key cabinet. And ikadwa is key records. Some administrative means must be set up to record good numbers of the locks and whom the case specific locks was issued. And number of course key records. So after example in the school, so after the teacher use the key, so of course after the classes, so ine-record yan ng mga security guard kung sino ang naghiram, kailan hiniram, anong oras, para para alam nila kung sino ang gumagamit ng room na yan. And of course, letter C, inventories. So in inventories, so parang key records din yan. Pagkatapos example in the company, so pagkatapos ng mga empleyado is ini-inventory yan ng mga security guard kung sino ang gumamit ng room na yan, kung sinong naghilam ng susi, and of course audits in addition to periodic inventory. So audits is the same of the inventories. And daily report, so regular must be made. So of course hindi madali ang maging ganito kasi kailangan mong gumawa ng daily report para malaman din ng kung may nawala bang yabi. Kay example, if the company nay nawalaan, so if wala nimo na inventories or na record, so matagbaw kag pangita kung kinsay nagamit ana nga room, di ba? Dili nimo siya ma-identify dayon. And so in letter F, types of keys. As locks vary, so with keys to lock or unlock them, keys are classified into the following. So change key is the specific key which operates the lock and has the particular combinations of cuts and the buttons which match the numbers of the tumblers in the lock. And So, in change key, ito yung ginagamit sa bahay. So, meron siyang specific outlink. And of course, submaster key is the key that could open all the lock within the particular area of groupings in a particular So, dito sa submaster key, so example, in the CCGA department, so maraming room doon, pero kaya ya mag-operate ng isang susi lang. So ito yung submaster key. And master key is a special key that is capable of opening a series of locks. And of course, letter D, grandmaster key is a type of a key that will open everything in a system involving two or more master key groups. And of course, grandmaster key, one group of grandmaster key kay ma-open niya ang 8 ka master key. So mo na siya ang grandmaster key. So dili siya basta-basta. So in letter G, master keying system. So it is a system used in a big installations whereby keys can open the groups of locks. So this is the possible by the use of interchangeable cylinder cores in the locks. Using locks with the same key in the facility is not master. So the following are some um, considerations in master keying system. So number one, keying of the use of the pass skeleton key. A pass key is used to operate the expensive locks by moving in the key hole until the catch of the locking belt and unlocks the mechanism. So itong sa keying or the use of the pass skeleton key, ano siya, it is the operate an expensive lock by moving in the keyhole. So ma-open niya ang tibuok kaya niya i-open ang basig unsa nga lock. And of course, master keying is when the lock operates master key plus individual changes key. Master keying is made possible due to the development of intangible cylinder cores in matters. So there is a master keying is kaya niya i-open katong mga gagmay bisan pag ka mga um, gagmay nga establishment. And of number 3 is mason keying is the use of the key open main entrance of the office. So and number 4 levels of control in the master keying plan. So letter A, one level change key, all locks operated by change key only and key different. Unlike the required, each key operates its own lock only. Example, the house, stores, cars, warehouse. So one level or change key is ginagamit yan sa it is used in our house, diba? In um, the cars, diba? And of two level master key, all levels operated by change key master key. Master key operates all locks generally of one building. Example nitong two level is small school. So ginagamitan niya ng master key. And apartment, of course. Letter C is 3 level grandmaster key, all locks operated by the change key master key and grandmaster key. Large buildings and facility with several buildings, example office buildings and the hospital. In the hospital, so di na siya basta-basta. And letter D, great grandmaster key, all locks operated by change key grandmaster key and great grandmaster key are used to create large complex systems similar 3 level. And great grandmaster key, all locks operated by change key master keys and grandmaster key complexes. So dito example nito is the big universities, ganyan, mga and large industrial complex, ganyan. And Letter H. So pointers of the effective locks and key control. So security personnel should ensure the and names on the holder should be meticulously made regardless of the size of the establishment. So of course, number one is records of all keys issued. Names of holders should be meticulous made regardless of the size of the establishment. So of course, you need to you need to know you need to know or you need to logbook that kung sino yung kung sino yung binigyan mo ng susi pagkatapos mong gumamit. And number two, storage key is important. Duplicate or spare keys should be stored in the security lock cabinet in a secure area. So dito is it is important that you have a copy of one of original key, because sometimes if they have a problem inside that department, um, you respond immediately because you have a one copy of a key. And number three, master key should be issued on an absolute minimum number be issued but keep by an individual responsibility. So dito is dili kailangan ihatag tanan susi. So dili tanan kumbaga dili tanan nimo ihatag kay of course kung unsa lang to ang dapat gamiton, diba, mao lang to ang ihatag nga susi. So dili na kailangan ihatag nimo tanan. So number 4, regular checks should be made employees with keys issue. And number 5, issuance of the key and lock should be carefully controlled, and issuance should be on the real needing processes. So example dito is in the school, the CCGA department, the right ang may right dyan na kumuha ng susi is yung dean lang or secretary ng dean. Sila lang yung may susi sa department. And number 6, verdict recaying should be considered as an essential security safeguards. Combinations of safe are changed from time to time. So every 6 months mag-change na siya og padlock. So in the example in the company, so every 6 months they change the locks, of course, to prevent para malikayan tong mga basignaay na naghiring-hiring na anohon ang company or unsa ba. And number 7 is a key depository should be provided in a big plant. Supervisors taking keys should register in a registry book. So need na ay logbook para dito isulat asa kumbaga asa nimo gihatag. So of course example again in the school, so if the professor borrow the key of that department, so that you must have to logbook if what time they borrow, and of course his name or her name. Letter I, other protective containers. So number 1 is safe. It is a metallic container used for the safekeeping of documents or small items, and office installation. Safe can be classified as either robbery or burglary resistance depending upon the use of need. Its weight must be at least 750 IBS. It should be anchored to a building structure and its body should last 1 inch thick steel. So safe is more ano siya, lagayan siya ng mga files, nandun lahat mga files na importante sa isang company. And of course meron siyang bigat na 750 IBS. And of course yung lapad ng kanyang bakal is lang 1 inch lang. So if may magtangkang magsunog ng isang company, so masusunog talaga kasi di siya gaano ka kumbaga kalapad ng kanyang bakal. And number 2 is bolt. So this is the heavily contracted fire Bulgari resistant. So bolt is we find makikita natin siya sa mga company, mga bangko, may vault din dyan. And of course di siya madaling masisira kasi ang kanyang kabaga sa iyahang sa bakal is 12 inches 12 inches in the thickness. So baga gid kay siya, no? And if may sunog mo dagan pa siya into 6 hours bago siya masunog, madutlan sa sulod. And number 3 is file room. It is a cubicle in the building constructed a little lighter than a vault but bigger size to accommodate limited people to work. The records inside the file room should at most 12 feet high and must have watertight door and at least fireproof for 1 hour. So example nito is like the library. So nandiyan lahat ng mga files. So and of course kailan naka-file na yan kung dito yung mga records of all students, ganyan.